Brothers, have you ever sat down and realized what you're throwing your life down the gutter for? Like, have you ever just meditated on what you're getting versus what you're losing when dealing with exes? Because lately I've been on a journey where I'm questioning why I even bother with women when there's no longer a benefit besides busting a nut. Out of all the women I've dealt with, only one of them actually added value to my life. And it's because she was submissive, she knew her place, she was respectful for most of our situationship, and she threw that wet vice grip on me when I wanted without saying no. Besides that, the rest of them were basically useless. So I've been thinking lately, why'd even bother messing with these modern exes when most of them are only in your life to add drama and BS? It's not like you're getting anything special from most of them, so why even try? That's what we'll talk about today, because I know I'm not the only one who has arrived at this conclusion. Many men who have woken up know that there's no love in these women's hearts, and a relationship for most of them is just a break from the rooster carousel. We know this already. It's pretty obvious at this particular point because modern women are choosing to enjoy their younger years and live their best life up front. It's only when their biological clock starts sending the alarm at age 30 that they need to find security and push out babies, or they're exhausted from the multitudes of sausages they've taken over the decades, then they'll start looking for a man to finesse. So let's take love out of the equation, because it's in their younger years when they have the advantage they reveal the type of men and lifestyle they really want. It is not past the age of 28, in my opinion. If you have never seen the woman you like with men that looked like you in her younger years, then just know she's settling for you. It's that simple, gents. This is why you can take love out of the equation. And not only that, many of these women can no longer pair bond and are dead on the inside due to the effect of riding the rooster carousel. I don't know how many of you are aware of what these young women are doing in these streets, but I'll give you a little bit of what's happening. Women are having trains ran on them. Yes, gents, your future wife has had men lined up in her room, ready to take them all in one night. Exes are selling puss to pay their rent and get them through tough times. If you don't believe me, go to seeking.com and you'll see young and older women on the site looking for a sugar daddy or an arrangement so they can get spoiled or help to pay for their lifestyle. Women are selling themselves online. We know that they have lonely fans and Insta 304 accounts that they're using to monetize themselves and make a living. Women are having bedroom fun with men and women on the sneak. Your future wife has gotten the tongue twister 9000 from her best friend in college or one of the female sports players, and she'll never tell you about it. And exes are choosing to delete their so-called accidents, and she'll sweep it under the rug. With that alone and the high numbers of bodies they accumulate over the decades, there's no more love. So we know we're not getting love from these women anymore because Chad and Tyrone already imprinted her, and if we take her, she'll want to go back to the streets. Even normie men are seeing this and realizing that what they thought they would get from women, they're no longer gonna get, and they're waking up to the harsh reality that the woman they want will only want them as a last resort for financial assistance. So more and more men are starting to realize that their girl doesn't love them, and the men that they really love they can't have, so that's why she's settling. It's pretty messed up, but it is what it is. And when I say love, I'm not just talking about the feelings aspect. I mean the respect and desire to want to be with the men they choose, so keep that in mind. So men now know that the love is gone, but a lot of men don't even know that their girl chose to be with them so she could stop dating so many guys and getting ramrodded by the chats. I need you guys to understand that women often choose to be in a relationship because they're exhausted by dating multiple men and riding the carousel. Again, back to the whole love thing, they didn't choose to be with you because they wanted a future with you. No, they got tired of catching the yeasty betwixt their legs. They got tired of the different size digging sticks that made their wet vice grip sore. They got tired of getting pumped and dumped by the men that made their ovaries do cartwheels, and they got tired of being broke. I'm telling you guys, it's not what you think it is. Many of them got a health scare, and after they went to the clinic and cleared it up, they decided they needed to settle down and stop being reckless out here in these streets. So you always need to be cautious when women want to be a part of your life. I want you guys to be mindful that we don't choose women. They choose us. So when a woman wants to be with you and has many options, always assume she's not there to improve your life or add value. Especially if you have your life in order, do not be dumb and lower your guard no matter what she says. Men who have money are the prey, and women are the predator. They are the ones that are hunting men for whatever selfish reason, but highly likely it's because, as exes always say, they are exhausted by the jerks, and they no longer have any more time for them, or they've had their fun, and now they want to settle down. And in the language of womanese, this means I rode the rooster carousel and had all the fun I wanted, but I didn't get a ring or the bag out of it, so now I want a nice guy that I know is desperate enough to take me at my worst and will give me what I want. And that's you. tap the like button and help to get this video to 500 likes. And I'll link my YouTube channel in the description and in the pinned comments so you guys can show a brother some love and go subscribe. I only need 130 more of you guys to subscribe, and I'll be halfway monetized. I'll post content over there very soon, so look out for that. With that said, we covered why women enter into relationships with men and that most ex-exes aren't capable of loving men anymore, and they are with men for different reasons besides what men want women for. Now, let's look at what men are risking their future and lives for that is not worth it. And I know that some men will not want to agree with me. However, you have to be honest with yourselves first, then admit the main reason you're with a woman, and then it will make sense. Every man has a biological urge to bust a nut. It doesn't matter where you bust it, but because we need to continue the human race and we're talking about women, I'll say every man has the biological urge to get a woman pregnant. Whether or not you want to have kids, your body pushes you to roar up inside a woman and get her pregnant. That is why you get a boner, and when you're around a woman, you want to grab and ravish her. All because you have a code in your DNA that pushes you to be fruitful and multiply. Forget pleasure and having fun. All of that comes secondary to your primal desire to get a woman pregnant. That's why it feels so good to bust up inside a woman's sweet, sugary walls, because your body is telling you that's what you're supposed to do. If that wasn't the case, you could argue why you have to force yourself to pull out when you're about to roar. It feels good when you bust up inside that warm, wet socket, doesn't it? Of course it does. And these women can feel when you're about to unleash the army of cream warriors, and she'll hit you with a cobra clutch right before you can pull out, and it's game over. Most pregnancies are not an accident, always remember that. Alright, with pregnancies out of the way, we really want the opportunity to slide up in some wet vice grip and roar. That is what you and I want, that's what the gentlemen watching this video want, and that's what most men on the face of the planet want. We want some puss on a regular basis that is clean, smells normal, tastes good, is tight, juicy, and feels at home. That's an undisputed fact for most men. The problem is the BS we have to go through to get some puss and the quality of the puss we're getting. That is the problem that has men thinking, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because when I think about it, I am risking my life, financial future, peace, quiet, and freedom just to get a chance to push and shove some low-quality puss that has been tainted and imprinted by Giga Chad's great white shark and Tyrone's big black mamba. That is what I'm up against, and I'm noticing that men and myself are unwilling to flush our lives down the toilet just to give a woman the 10-stroke combo. This is what men who reach the final level of the RP or stumbled on this truth have realized. It doesn't make logical sense to risk things that are valuable to their lives over a piece of wet vice grip that has been tainted, beaten, and bruised by the carousel. It's just not worth it, gents. The juice isn't worth the squeeze. Not only that, I see boys out here, because I can't call them men, choosing to bust a nut over having a life. And I'm going, wow, I don't want to end up like them. I don't want to get half of what I worked so hard for robbed from me. I don't want to have my kids used as pawns against me so the system can extract my hard-working money. I don't want to pay spousal support to my enemy and a woman that's getting her back blown out by her boyfriend. I don't want to feel trapped in a sexless marriage while I'm just staying for the kids or because it's cheaper to keep her. Do you guys understand where I'm coming from? And it's not just me. Every day, more and more men are realizing this and are refusing to end up trading what's valuable to them so that they can put 10 strokes in and roar gallons up the sodomy trap. It's not worth it, guys. Busting a nut and dealing with ex-exes is not worth the raw deal men are getting, and that truth is being revealed to men worldwide every day. It's simple, throwing your life away over some puss is not and will never be worth it, and men now realize that there's no peace leave on this earth that's worth them losing their money, peace, quiet, and freedom. Not even an undeflowered wet vice grip. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, tap the bell, then tap all, so you always get our videos in your subscription feed. And on the screen are our Season 5 RP videos that I know you'll find valuable and get some laughs, so click the video on the screen right now.